Alright, let's talk about the Pythagorean Theorem. And the Pythagorean Theorem only works for right triangles. And the theorem, simply stated, is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where a and b are legs and c is the hypotenuse. And your hypotenuse will always be directly across from that right angle. It's also always your longest side. So here I'm given the legs, which are 3 and 4, so I'm going to do 3 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. So 3 squared is 9, plus 4 squared is 16, which equals c squared. 9 plus 16 is 25, which equals c squared. In order to undo a square, you need to square root it. The opposite of a square is a square root. So the square root of 25 is 5. So this triangle is a 3, 4, 5 triangle. And that's a Pythagorean triple. And that's going to be very important for you to remember. Alright, so let's practice another one. So again, I'm given my legs of 6 and 9. So I'm going to do 6 squared plus 9 squared equals c squared. So 6 squared is 36 plus 9 squared is 81. That equals c squared. So 36 plus 81, it's going to be 717 equals c squared. So I need to undo my square by square rooting it. So I'm going to have the square root of 117. And square root of 117 is going to fall between 10, which is 100, and 11, which is 121. Now it's closer to the 121, so it's going to be just a little bit less than 11. So we could say it's 10 and 8/10. About. Anytime you have a square root that's not perfect, it's going to be irrational, and you're going to have to estimate. Alright, so now we have another right triangle. But in this case, we're not given the two legs. We're given one leg and the hypotenuse. So we're going to do the same formula, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, but this time instead of a and b, I'm going to have b and c. Doesn't matter if you call it a or b. I just called it b, but like I said, it doesn't matter. You're going to do the same thing. So you're going to have a squared plus 4 squared, which is 16, equals 9 squared, which is 81. Now instead of adding, we have to subtract the 16 from both sides. So I get a squared equals 81 minus 16. Let's subtract that. So I get 65. So I need to undo my square by square rooting it. The opposite of a square is a square root. So a is going to be about, now 65 is going to be between 8, which is 64, and 9, which is 81. But 65 is a lot closer to 8, so we can estimate that as 8 and 1/10. Alright, now we're going to test and see whether or not three numbers can make a right triangle. So your hypotenuse always has to be your longest side. So in this case, our longest leg on the 6, 8, 10 is 10. So that's going to be our c. So we're going to have 6 squared plus 8 squared equals 10 squared. So 6 squared is 36 plus 8 squared is 64 equals 10 squared, which is 100. So 36 plus 64, 6 plus 4 is 10, carry the 1. 9 plus 1 is 10, so 100 equals 100. Yes, those make a right triangle. So let's look at the next one, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to have 8 squared plus 9 squared equals 10 squared. So 8 squared is 64 plus 9 squared is 81, which equals 10 squared, which is 100. So add 64 plus 81, so that's going to be 145, which does not equal 100. So 8, 9, 10 cannot form a right triangle.